So, hello and welcome to the Subconscious Edge, the live rewiring experience. I'm very excited, and I've been introducing to everybody already before I pressed record on this how we are about to have a really transformational time. And I'm going to be looking for a couple of live volunteers for this so that you can actually see this happen in real time and see what actually takes place. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, I'm Danielle Serpico, if you didn't already know that, half crazy, half Irish, Italian woman. And if you're here tonight, okay, you know that there's something inside of you that knows that it is time to go deeper. Okay. You made the decision to show up. And for those of you that are here live, you're in for a real treat. Okay. And this matters so much more than you actually think. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to think about an area in your life right now where you keep saying to yourself something like, I know, so I'm still letting people in, I know what I should do. I want you to think about, are you saying, do you ever say to yourself something like, I know what I should do, but I'm not doing it? Give me a yes in the chat if you have ever done that. Have you ever said to yourself something like, I know I should do this, I know I should do that, I know I should be doing the other, I know I really should knuckle down and do this, but you're not, right? Give me a yes or a yes if you have ever done that. All the time. Yes, yes, yes. In a few areas, yes, yes, yes. Okay. I want you to hold this in your mind for a moment because tonight you're going to feel a shift with this. You're going to feel a big shift. Okay, does this sound good? So, by the time that we finish here this evening, you will have experienced, right, a live rewiring of your subconscious. Okay, and look, I really want this not to be just about motivation and inspiration and words. I want to show you how and what I did specifically to go from bankrupt. Many of you know my story, to go from bankrupt to rebuilding everything in under 4 years. Right? Is that good or is that good? Is that good? Is that good? Does that sound good? Okay. Would you like to know how I did that? Would you like to know how I did that? Brilliant. Okay. Because the main thing that I learned in this time that really resulted in this is how to change my perspective underneath the surface. Underneath the surface. What do I mean by that? Okay. I mean by what is happening inside, not on the outside. That's what rebuilt my life. Now, I'm wondering, did you know that the average emotional trigger lasts only 90 seconds in your body? Did you know that? However, more people coming in. However, it's the story that you carry, that you create and that you carry and that you replay that lasts hours, right? Afterwards, or days, or even weeks, or years, or, afterwards. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that amazing? Right? Right? So 80% on average, they say 80 to 95% of our behavior is habitual, right? That means that we're living on autopilot unless we start to rewire this stuff. And those of us who don't actively focus on this, on working with our subconscious patterns, are likely to continue to repeat these patterns and these self-sabotaging behaviors for the rest of our life, right? So I want to make sure that this next 50 minutes or so is very interactive. So I want you to use the chat, move those fingers. Okay, here's some more. I want you to move those fingers because I want you to interact. Okay, and if when this stuff starts to land for you tonight, put it in the comments. Tell me what's affecting you. Tell me what's working. Tell me what you feel is really landing inside of you so that we can actually do this together. Does that make sense? Give me a yes or a yes if you're with me on this. Give me a yes in the chat. Okay. So awesome. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome. Awesome. Have you all given a yes? Have you all moved those fingers? Move those fingers and put a yes in the chat. Okay. So for the next 50 minutes, you're going to feel a shift. And this isn't just ideas. I'm going to show you how your internal world can move and how you can change the way that you show up in your work, at home, in your personal relationships, in your own personal life with yourself, in every area of your life. So stay with me, okay? And I'm also going to share with you a wonderful gift and some incredible offers that tonight that might open up something truly extraordinary for you. Does this sound good? Okay. So before we go even deeper, type yes in the chat if any of these ring true for you. Okay, so you've tried the strategy or all the strategies, but you still feel stuck. But yes, okay, right? You want a life that you know you deserve, but you're not quite there yet. Okay, or maybe you'd like to learn how to hold yourself in a steadier way when life kind of throws all that stuff at you. Would you like to be able to do that? Would you like to be able to be more in control, in self-management, in self-sovereignty, I love that word, of your emotional state when life throws all that shit at you? Okay? Would you like to be able to do that? Okay? Okay? Yes, yes, yes. So you're exactly where you need to be. This is the right place. So I only work with you, my kind of people. I only work with brilliant, ambitious, smart, bright, beautiful people just like you. And you are the kind of person that I am guessing is fed up with the superficial, fed up with talk, fed up with short-term fixes that are like a plaster over the wound. And you're ready. Are you ready? Tell me if you're ready to really become the person who can hold success. Tell me, are you ready to become the person that can hold success? Are you ready to become this person? Yeah? This is why you're here tonight. This is why you are here tonight, because this is what we're going to do. So, yes, yes, ready. Awesome. So, I really want you to understand that this isn't just me coming from the place of theory or from the place of someone who has just studied this stuff. Like, yes, I have studied the subconscious. Yes, I have trained. I'm an NLP trainer with the best in the world, with the Society of NLP. However, I really want you to know the inside story. This isn't just about what I've learned. This is what I've experienced. I lived it. Okay. I'm half Irish, half Italian. At 19, I opened my first restaurant. Over 17 years, I built 3 restaurants and a gift shop. I lived the life of a busy businesswoman, of running everything, pouring everything into all of this, and then the world shifted. Right? In 2009, everything started to collapse in the crash of the Celtic Tiger. And I watched the life that I had built literally fall apart. I went from a successful businesswoman to broke. I lost everything. I went bankrupt. I lost my home. I fought the bank for 6 years, and I had to start all over again. And it took me 4 years to rebuild myself from homeless and having absolute nothing to owning my home outright again and having a multiple six-figure business. And most of all, most importantly, to having gone from someone who loathed myself and had absolutely no self-worth, absolutely none, and thinking I was the scum on the bottom of a shoe, to actually loving myself for the first time in my life. And what saved me, because I literally nearly took my own life, literally, wasn't strategy. Wasn't strategy. Okay, that's the tiniest part. It was rewiring my inside world. And I don't even really like that word, but it was changing what was happening inside. It was literally reprogramming my nervous system and my whole inside story and the whole way I viewed the world inside. I went on to train directly with Richard Bandler, who is the co-founder, creator of NLP, and I became one of his NLP trainers. And I built a multi-six-figure business by doing the inner work that most people avoid, right? So what I'm teaching you tonight, I'm teaching from a place of experience, of having done it, not just having learned it or studied it. Okay, I am the woman who rebuilt everything, and I learned how to become the black belt of my own mind, and which is why I teach you that now, how to do that yourself. This is what I'm passionate about. This is my job. This has been my career, my focus, my passion, my mission, my purpose for over the past decade. And I want to give you tools that you can use right away. So does this sound good? So we don't ready to hold success. I love it. Duracell ready. I love this. I love this. Okay. So I want to be clear on this. You don't sabotage yourself because you're weak or you're not good enough or you're not smart enough or there's something wrong with you, right? That's not why we sabotage ourselves. We sabotage ourselves because our nervous system is protecting ourselves, and it's protecting an old version of you. It's old patterns. It's old patterns that you learned how to survive. They're survival mechanisms, but they're not success mechanisms, right? So there's loads of examples of this. So the moments when maybe like you want to say something, but you freeze and your throat locks up, or you get a compliment and you downplay it. You say, "Oh no, don't be silly," instead of just saying thank you. Or you promise yourself that you're gonna put something out there on social media, and instead you disappear, or you start scrolling and then you forget about it. Okay, so we have so many different little moments of how we hold ourselves back and how we are triggered. So we are triggered when we, for example, when we lose it, when we say things that we later regret. Have you ever done that? Right? When you act in ways that you're kind of embarrassed to tell anybody that you did. We get really overwhelmed or insecure or jealous or envious, or these are the ways that we get triggered. And they're not a personality flaw. They're not a flaw. They're a wired response. They're a wired response that you've been doing for possibly your whole life. And if you don't change the wiring, your outer strategies will keep on failing you. So this is what we're going to do right now. So first of all, I want you to put in the chat, when was the last time that you were triggered? Be honest. When was the last time that something triggered you? That you got overwhelmed, that you became reactive instead of responsive, that you reacted in a way that you kind of later regretted or would be embarrassed to really admit? Be really honest. When was the last time? Was it 5 minutes ago? Was it right now? Was it an hour ago? Was it yesterday? Was it last week? Put in the chat and tell me, when was the last time that you were triggered? Be honest. Today, I told the little people to bog off about 2 weeks ago. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. A few weeks ago, this afternoon, I love your honesty. I love that. Today, yesterday, 5 days ago. That's pretty good. Yesterday, Sunday. Okay. Some of you have never been triggered. This morning. I love this. I love this. It's really, really good. Yeah. And like, I really appreciate your honesty because it's normal, right? It's very normal and it's very understandable and it's probably served us to a point. But I want to kind of start bringing you into um, explaining to you how this works. And I want to demonstrate to you how fast your whole system can change. Does that sound good? So we can't always, and I always say this, we can't always stop life from triggering us completely. We can't necessarily do that. But remember, I said the statistic that our trigger only lasts probably around 60 to 90 seconds. But it's the story that we then create afterwards that can keep us there for hours, weeks, months, years, even. Okay. So we can't necessarily stop the trigger, but we can choose how long we stay in it. We can choose how long we stay in that triggered state, correct? A few weeks ago, today, yesterday, and the day before, seeing other people's needs met from foundation and yours wasn't really triggering, really seeing other people's needs met from foundation, not yours, wasn't really triggers me. I don't, not, sorry, I'm confused about that a little bit. You'll have to re-explain that to me a little bit. Yeah, sorry. In childhood, okay, I get that. In childhood, 100%. I recognize a stubborn story feels like addiction. Yes. It can be very addictive because it's familiar, right? The familiar is addictive. It's addictive and will stay in patterns that feel familiar, even if they're very unbeneficial for us, right? Yeah. So, okay. So I'm going to show you right now how your brain codes triggers and how you can change this in minutes. So I want you now to think about something that is mildly stressful for you. So nothing really dangerous, just something that gives you a reaction, something that is mildly stressful for you. Okay, I want you to think about something. It could be something like public speaking or talking to your boss or an old argument that you've had with somebody. Okay, I want you to think about something like that. Bring something to mind now that creates a little bit of a stressful feeling in it. And I want you to note from it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being it's very stressful, to 1 being it doesn't bother you. Okay, and I want you to give it a score in your mind. Give it a score in your mind right now. You doing that? All right. So now what I want you to do is hold this image now in your mind. Hold this image in your mind right now. And I want you to notice where it is. Is it up close, this image, or is it far away? Is it large or is it small? Is it full of color or is it drained of color, black and white? Is there sound in it or is it silent? When you think of this thing that triggers you, as you remember this, I want you to just notice how this is represented in your mind's eye. Or if you can't even see it necessarily, just notice the feeling. Where do you feel it in your body? Notice the feeling. Where do you feel it? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to just simply imagine that that image is shrinking. Just imagine the image gets smaller, like it's moving further and further away. Maybe it's going behind you and getting tiny, 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 smaller and smaller, and it's moving behind you. Just simply imagine that now. Imagine that it's getting tiny, tiny and moving away and getting really small. And if there's a feeling, just imagine that feeling getting tinier and tinier and smaller and maybe whooshing out behind your body. So I want you to imagine that feeling, that image shrinking, make it smaller. Feel it moving away, reduce the color, drain the color out of it, turn the sound down and push it further back. Put it all the way away, shrink it tiny, really, really small, like a little tiny little particle of dust. Flick it away, make it dull, black it out, whiten it out. You can even put a silly cartoon face on it. You could even put silly circus music on it, like and it just fades away into the distance. Notice this happening. Now, put yes in the comments when you've done this. Put yes in the comments when you have done this. When you have made it smaller, when you've shrunk it away, when you've made it tiny, tiny, when you've pushed it further back, when you've reduced the color, when you've made it smaller, when you've reduced the size of it. Tell me when you've done this. Now, I want you to score the feeling from 1 to 10. Score the feeling now from 1 to 10, now that you've shrinked it down and moved it far, far, far away behind you. Now notice the score from 1 to 10 compared to the previous score. Now put lower in the chat if your score has gone down. Put lower in the chat if your score has gone down. Put lower in the chat. Lower, 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 of course, lower, of course, lower, 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 0, 0. I love that. Lower, yes, and lower. Smiley faces, yes, and lower, 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 of course, lower, 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 lower. Yes, feels great. Yeah. Now, just sit with that. I want you to just experience that. How long did that take? 60 seconds? Would you say? 60 seconds, and you've lowered the score. Seconds, not even probably 60 seconds. I want you to feel this. I want you to feel this. That in less than 60 seconds, you changed your inner perspective on something that previously would trigger you, and that possibly, how long, be honest, how long would you stay in that feeling normally? Minutes, hours, days, weeks, years, a lifetime, right? And in seconds it went down. Crazy fast, right? So what you just did was you changed the context. This is what we call an NLP. You changed the context, not the content. Your brain, your subconscious, interpreted in this 30 seconds or whatever it was, your brain interpreted that this new context that you placed this in was less of a threat. So when you change your internal representation, your whole body changes, your whole emotional, everything changes. And that's leverage. That's powerful. This is what we use to rewire our states. Okay, so sometimes I think of things as an ice cube and then I imagine it's melting and it feels good. It also helps 100%. There are millions, infinite, myriad ways that you can imagine, and that's powerful and well done, that you can use your imagination to change the internal context. An ice cube and it's melting away, a cloud and it's dissipating, smoke, you can wipe it away, you can wash it away, you can drain it away. There is myriad ways that you can use your imagination to change the context, and then the feeling dissipates. Okay. Now, what I'd love you to do is let's use a second stage in this. I want to give you an example of another layer. What if, as well as dissipating or diminishing an uncomfortable negative feeling, we could also put something good in its place? Wouldn't this be even better? Right? So, what I want you to do now is bring an image to mind, of you at your most, whatever emotional state works for you. Maybe it's at your most calm state. Maybe it's in your most resourceful state. Maybe it's in your most empowered state. I want you to bring an image or a feeling of when you were at your best state. I want you to remember a moment right now of when you were in your best state. Bring this to mind right now. A moment when you felt really good, when you felt so resourceful. Okay? And make this image in front of you, or this feeling inside of you, make this brighter, make this bigger, make this big, bright, bold, and beautiful. Bring it really close to you, really close. Okay? Make it large, make it colorful. Feel it fully in your body right now. And notice how this feels. Now, I want you to try and think back on that old trigger. And in the chat, tell me from 1 to 10 what it was and what the score is now. I want you to try now, try really hard, to think back on that old trigger and tell me what the score is compared to what it was. Give me, like, if it was a 9, put 9, and if it's now a 2, put 9 to 2, or if it's now 9 to 0, put 9 to 0, and tell me what you feel instead. What do you feel instead? Put this in the chat. Put this in the chat. 8 to 2, 8 to 1. Yeah, put it in the chat. 6 to 2. Pretty good. 8 to 4, happy. 7 to 2, emotional eating from 9 to 0. I love this. 10 to 4, 7 to 1, 6 to 1, 9 to 2, 7 to 4, 10 to 3, 8 to 1. Okay. Isn't this good? Think of the power of your imagination. Remember, you are doing this. Your imagination is your best kept secret and your best, don't really like to say secret weapon, but it is the most incredible thing that you have at your disposal. 5 to 0, brilliant. 7 to 2, well done. Okay, this is your superpower. Your imagination is your superpower. Remember, your subconscious does not know the difference between what's real or imagined. So every time that you take self-sovereignty and take the reins on your emotional state and you choose to use your imagination in this powerful way, you're rewiring your whole nervous system in a much more beneficial way. So I want you to now imagine, this is what we're going to do, what we call future pacing. Okay, so I want you to imagine that that same old situation that triggered you before, is happening tomorrow. Let's imagine that you're in that same old situation that in the past had triggered you, and that same situation is happening tomorrow. Now, I want you to notice how much faster you can shift that state. I want you to think of that situation, bring the great image and great feeling to mind, the one that you're putting in its place, right? You in your most resourceful state in that old triggered way. Remember the old triggered situation, but you are now showing up in this resourceful state. So I want you to imagine this. Imagine that it's tomorrow and that old triggered experience that previously happened is taking place, but you are showing up in your most resourceful state. And I want you to notice how much faster you can now change and shift your state. Notice the difference. Notice the difference. Give me a one. Give me a one and let me know that your state is different. One, that your state is different. One, that your state is different. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. One. Now that's this. This is your subconscious edge. This is your subconscious edge. So what I want to do now is I want to work with one of you so that you can see this happening in real time. Okay, so if you're comfortable in volunteering, I want you to say in the chat, give me one quick line of what you would like to shift tonight. Put it in the chat and give me just a quick one-liner of what you would like to shift tonight. And I'll pick one of you. So put it in the chat and let me know what would you like to shift tonight. So for example, I shut down when I'm criticized, or I spiral into stress when I open up my emails, or I procrastinate when I go online to post something, okay? Or I get triggered when my partner comes in after a busy day at work. Give me something that you would like to shift tonight. And I'm going to pick somebody. Specifically, I'd love someone that I have never worked with before, so that you can see this happening in real time and you know it's not a stooge. We call it a stooge. Is that what you call it? Do you call it a stooge? Okay, so who would like to shift something right now? Okay, let's see. Who really, really wants this? Who really, really, really wants it? Who really, really wants it? Let's see. Okay. Overcome IT blocks. Is this Anne Morgan? Is this my Anne? We can do it, you and I. Who'll do this? Your IT blocks for receiving money. Julie Sullivan, stop feeling I've been dragged into gossip. Okay, interesting sentence. Okay, very interesting sentence. Get over my fear of having social media presence. Okay, that's a big one, very common one. Ashleen Hickey, I procrastinate when I need to create or post content. It's such a common one. It's such a common one. Uh, most people are, because again, it's the fear of putting yourself out there in front of people, and it's the biggest fear in the world, a bit like public speaking, because we fear being judged, right? And we fear standing out from the crowd. It's a very normal fear. And again, that's survival mode. It's like we want to stay in survival mode, but we've got to get into success mode, right? At the end of 4 years of workplace bullying, I was told I delivered zero productivity, and now I can't get past it, and it's holding me back in my new job. Who's Puss in Boots again? Did you tell me who that was? Who is Puss in Boots? Put your name in. Just want to know, do I know you? 4 years of workplace, I was told I delivered zero productivity and now I can't get past it and it's holding me back in new book. Huge anxiety regarding money and men. Money and men. Okay. Okay. We do both. We do a double whammy. I start to shake and become nervous when speaking in front of a group of people. Yeah, it's very common. To stop getting overwhelmed and procrastinating, though I've worked with you before. Yeah. Me, yes, yup. Opportunity to coach principals to improve parent teacher visit, Karen Discussion. Okay. I am going to pick, and this is nothing, please, like, I might do a second one, we'll see. But just because I don't know who this person is at all, and I want to work with someone that I just do not know at all. I don't think I know you. If I've got this wrong, and I do, I apologize. But I'm going to pick Julie Sullivan because I liked her sentence. I thought that was an interesting sentence. Stop feeling of being dragged into gossip. So I kind of love to have a chat with you about that sentence. So Julie Sullivan, would you like to come on and have a chat with you? And if I have spoken to you before, my apologies if I've forgotten that I've spoken to you before. So Julie, would you like to come on and have a chat? Say hello so you come up on my camera. You can unmute yourself.
Hello there.
Do you, do you mind showing yourself?
That's okay, yeah. Um, did I just Here
Oh,
we go.
brilliant. How are you,
Hi. I'm
Julie?
good, thank you. How are you all?
I'm brilliant, thank you.
Good.
Lovely to meet you.
You too?
I don't think we've met before.
No, we haven't.
Okay, fabulous. I'm going to put you side by side with me so I can see you. Oh no, I want to put it into multi-speaker. Is that how? Yes, that'll do. Okay, perfect. Just so I can see you at the same time. So lovely to meet you. Where are you? Where are you based?
I'm in Galway in Connemara.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, lovely, lovely to connect.
Thank you.
So I liked your sentence. Well, I just thought it was an interesting sentence. So are you happy with me, what I call taking the legs out of from under your belief system,
Absolutely, yeah.
if it's for your benefit, right?
Yeah.
So you say you want to stop the feeling of being dragged into gossip.
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing to do is I'd love to challenge you on this. So, but it was very particular language. So I really liked the feeling that you said that. I really liked the words that you used, dragged into gossip. So tell me a little bit more about this feeling that you have.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like I lived away for a long time in the States, and I've been back for like 6 years, and I've feel like I've never come across as much gossip in my entire life, and even though I'm not a gossipy person myself, I feel myself doing it. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm moving away so much from myself that it's like just not try and nod or just even think before you say anything or stuff like that. But I do feel like I'm dragged. And I know no one can physically drag. You have control over your own self. But like I just do, and I just would love to just get that blocked out. Might hear the person, talk about this, talk about that, but I just want to work on like just not being part of it without feeling like the outsider as well, because there's kind of like that it brings you back to kind of your school days in a way, where if you're not gossiping with us, they're probably gossiping about me as well, but you know what I mean? So there's just that's what's something that's been on my mind for uh, the last probably 4 weeks now since being back in school. I work in a school setting.
Okay, I love this. Okay, brilliant. And fair play to you. And you're very brave. And this is great because we all learn from this, right?
Okay.
Everybody learns from it. And everybody has that same thought and often, and these things, you're not the only person to have felt this. So you're
Yeah.
not alone. Okay. And
Okay.
I've heard this issue before, a number of times. Sounds like there's a lot of bitching going on in these playgrounds and schoolyards and things like that,
Yeah.
which is awful. So, okay, I mean, on a very practical level, like, I mean, obviously, you know logically that you can rise above this, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you say that you don't want to be dragged into it, and you feel like you've kind of like nearly kind of, you said something about having feeling like you've nearly removed yourself from not being yourself.
Yeah. Like being true to myself because I don't gossip usually at all, but I find myself answering back to these people and being involved in the same thing. And then I'm kicking myself afterwards. It's like, why did I even,
Yeah.
entertain that?
Okay. So when you think of the last time that this happened,
Yes.
I want you to just bring the last time that this happened to mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want you to imagine. Just imagine that you bring the memory of the last time that this happened to mind, and tell me what you see. What comes to mind when you think of that last moment?
So I feel like I'm rolling my eyes up to heaven and being like, oh my God, is this every day? Like, kind of just being pissed off where why can't people just mind their own business?
Hmm. Okay, so the feeling. Tell me more about this feeling.
The feeling is being annoyed, like,
Where do
and
you feel? Where do you feel the annoyed feeling? If you were
I
to put
feel it in my stomach, in my gut, but I also kind of feel it on the top of my head as well.
Okay, so let's say that feeling, because it does, let's say this feeling moves in a particular way. Okay, because feelings do move, because we know that emotion means what? Energy in motion, emotion, right? So energy moves in a particular way through your body. If you were to say which way this feeling moves, does it move from your head down into your stomach, or does it move from your stomach, say, up into your head, or which way would it move?
I would think that it moves from my stomach up to my head, but it also stays in my stomach, and I can also feel it in my head, kind of a thing.
Okay, so you feel it in both, but it moves from your stomach to your head.
Yeah,
Okay, will you play a little game with me?
yeah,
Okay, we're going to play a game, right?
okay,
Now, let's say again, like I was saying earlier, we can't change the trigger. Like I can't right now hypnotize all those other people to stop their behavior. Okay,
yes,
but I can help you to change how you feel when you're in those environments.
yes,
Right? So what would you like to feel instead of this, what did you say? Angry, frustrated kind of feeling?
yeah. Frustration, annoyance, annoyed
So what would you like to feel instead?
that I don't care. Like, if you want to gossip, go ahead. I don't care, and I just don't think about it. I bring this stuff home with me.
Okay,
You know,
give me another sentence that isn't a don't. I don't think about it, or I don't care. If you didn't think about it and you didn't care, what would you feel instead?
I it would be probably a feeling of when somebody says something to you and sure it's gone out of your head where it's not a bothering you. It's not bothering me.
So I want to, okay, so again, I want it to be something that's not a negative.
Oh,
So
it's not a negative. Okay.
not it's not bothering me. It's not I don't think about it. So what would it be if it didn't bother you, if you didn't think about it? What would you feel instead?
I would feel very happy to be around these people. I would be this is kind of tough.
Yeah, would you feel very happy, or would you feel,
Neutral. I would feel like pleasant, maybe.
yeah? Have you ever been in an environment ever? Give me one moment. Give me one moment where you've been in an environment where there was people bitching or saying something or gossiping, and you actually felt fine, removed from it, just kind of like yourself. You felt fine. You were in your power, in your body, in your strength, in you, and it just had no effect on you. Bring one moment to mind.
It's
First
kind of
of all,
hard because I feel like this is the one environment that I've been in that I'm feeling like this, you know?
but before this environment, give me a moment when you really like you were in your power, when really it didn't matter what somebody said, you were in your power. Moment when you felt good, moment when you just like, or you kind of felt like it doesn't matter what anyone says, I know who I am, right? You had maybe you did well at something, you were succeeding at something, you were feeling really good, you'd done a job well done, you just said or stated something that you really believe in. A moment when you feel there must be moments when you feel like you are in your power.
Okay. Like maybe when I completed my last course that I did, I felt very proud and regardless of what the result was going to be, that I was proud that I completed the course.
Perfect. So you
Okay.
felt proud and you were good. And it
Yeah.
didn't matter what external circumstances happened in that moment, you
Yeah.
felt good about what you'd accomplished and done.
Yeah.
So you were in your power.
Yeah.
Okay, how did that feel?
Felt good. Felt like that I was unstoppable.
Phenomenal. Okay, how did you know you felt unstoppable? Where do you feel this? How does this feeling
I felt it all in my whole torso, I think.
in your
Yeah.
whole torso? Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you
Like I got this kind of, and I felt it from my shoulders down to my waist,
Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Okay.
And you be kind of saying things like to yourself, like, I got this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do in a moment, not just yet, we're going to play a little game, right? But I'm going to
Okay.
explain it to you first really fast.
Okay.
Okay, are you with me?
I am.
And we're gonna change this feeling. But first, just for a moment, before we make it better, is it okay if we make it a little bit worse? Just
Yeah.
for a second before we get rid of it or reduce it or get rid of it altogether. Is that good
Okay.
with you?
Yes.
Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to just for a moment before we change this, I want you to are you right-handed?
Right-handed. Yeah.
Perfect. I want you to use your right hand and imagine that you're bring scooping up like energy and bring it up through your belly.
Okay.
Now, you said the negative feeling went up through your stomach into your head, or did you say you went up or down or down?
Yeah. From the stomach to the head.
Okay, perfect. Just double checking. So
Yeah.
I want you to imagine that you're scooping up the energy and bringing it into your stomach and up into your head and then back out again and then back into your stomach and then up through your head and then back out and then back into your stomach. So you're doing like
Yeah.
a circular movement, but you're bringing it into your stomach, up through your head, back out and back into your stomach. And I want you to spin that feeling, move your arm and spin that feeling and tell me when you've made the feeling just a little bit worse. Imagine you're there, they're
Yeah.
gossiping, you're irritated.
Yeah. I'm there.
Perfect. Okay, stop.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I've got people watching here. I've got some of my master NLP students in the house. Yeah. Are you all watching this? Taking notes, guys? Yeah. You're watching this and taking notes. Yeah. Awesome. Give me a yes if you're watching this and taking notes on all of this. Yeah. Okay. Phenomenal. Okay. So, Julie, what I would like you to do, yes, is just say something there so I get you back on camera.
Yeah. I'm here.
Perfect. So what I want you to do now is now that we've made the feeling worse, what does that tell you? You're very good at it.
Thank
What,
you.
what does that mean? It's like if we made the feeling worse, what does that tell us?
That tell us you can make it better.
She knows what she's talking about. Okay, she's a smart, smart woman. If you can make the feeling worse, then it also means obviously automatically that you can make the feeling better, right?
Yeah.
Because you're the one in control.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is what we're going to do is we're going to spin the feeling the opposite way. But I want to
Okay.
explain to you what we're going to do. Okay. What I'm going to, well, actually, let's just do it this way. Let's just do it. We'll just do it a classic way. So what I want you to do is we spun the feeling up and we
Yeah.
up to her head and out, right? Now, what
Hmm.
we're going to do is we're going to do it the opposite way. So what I want you to do is I want you to bring yourself back to you being the moment when you did your test results.
Yeah.
You did your test, yeah?
Yeah.
You did an exam. What was it for?
It was for level 7 special needs assistant.
Wonderful, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. Well done. Okay, and I
Thank you.
want you to, well done. I want you to bring that good feeling in. And that, what did you say? I got this. What did you say
Yeah.
to yourself?
Yeah, I got this.
I
I'm
got
unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable. So I want you to bring that feeling into your head, spin your feeling into your head and down into your stomach. Spin it down and back out from your stomach and back in through your head and back down through your body, out and back in. That's it. I want you to spin it really fast and I want you to say, I got this. I got this.
I got this. I got this.
Unstoppable. I'm
I
unstoppable.
got this and I'm unstoppable. I
Yeah.
got this and I'm unstoppable.
Yeah.
I
And I
got
want you
this and I'm unstoppable.
Perfect.
I
Make it
got this and I'm
stronger.
yep.
Make it stronger. Make it stronger. Make it even stronger. Make it even stronger. Now I want you to spin that feeling and make it really tight little spin, a really tight little spin, nearly like just a little flick of your wrist, and keep saying, I've got this and I'm
I got this. I'm
unstoppable.
unstoppable. I
And
got
now
this.
I
I'm
want you to
unstoppable.
imagine that those women are just around you and you're saying, I've got this and I'm unstoppable. I've got this and I'm unstoppable. I've got this and I'm unstoppable. And spin that feeling
I got this
faster.
and I'm unstoppable. I got
I've
this and
got
I'm
this and I'm
unstoppable.
unstoppable. I've got this and I'm unstoppable. Now,
I
when
got
you
this
know
and I'm
you've got
unstoppable.
this and your subconscious mind really understands that you've got this and the easiest, most natural and beneficial way for you know how to do this now, you can just stop. Yes.
Yeah, it feels better.
Now, what I want you to do is let's test this for the old,
Okay.
right? What I want you to do is I want you to try and get the old feeling back, that feeling that you were so good at. Try really hard and tell me what's different now.
It's like I'm like, oh, whatever. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Let them go ahead.
Let them. Yeah,
Yeah.
let.
Yeah.
So now, perfect. And that is an example of the subconscious edge. Now, you
Yeah.
can also use this as your personal anchor and make it even more beneficial. So we went from something that was triggering you to something that you can't even get back.
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
can practice this and reinforce this now for yourself, and you can use that little motion,
Yeah.
that little motion as a
Yeah.
little list. So what I would suggest for you to do, this is on a personal note to what we call future paces. What I
Yeah.
would suggest for you to do is to do this motion, just like a little flick of the wrist. You don't have to
Yeah.
do huge movements
Yeah.
because you can use this is what we call an anchor in NLP terms.
Yeah.
And you can use this tiny little motion for yourself. And what I would use is I would strengthen this. So I would do this and I would say, I've got this, I'm unstoppable. And I would imagine those women blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, gossiping around you and you're there. I've got this, I'm unstoppable.
Yeah.
I've got this, I'm unstoppable. I've got this, I'm unstoppable.
Yeah.
And reinforce that in advance. And do that, and what you'll find is, and come back and let me know, send me a message, let me
I
know.
will.
I guarantee that it's going to be completely different when you're there in that environment with those women. You just that it's you're in your power now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Feels different.
Definitely. Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It's about remembering too, though, rather than just going in kind of unprepared.
And that's the operative word.
Yeah.
Most people, you have prepared. You
Yeah.
had prepared. Most of us, when we say, "Oh, I'm afraid of this happening," or "I'm afraid I'm going to react that way," when we say that, it means that we did prepare. We prepared for it to go badly. We prepared for us to be triggered. We prepared for us to feel in a negative state. But now you have prepared in a beneficial way. You
Yeah.
prepared to go in there in a different state, and that's why you're going to get a different result.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, so well done. Give her a round
Thank
of
you.
applause. Okay, well done. Was not good to watch. So very,
Thank you.
very well done. What did it go from? From what to what? What was
Oh, it
the
went
word?
from 10 to 1.5. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as I was saying to you, like, because you see, I was kind of a little bit, I said to you, like, do you really want to be happy? Because, like, it's not that we want to be in ridiculous states when we're around people that are behaving maybe in a way that isn't appropriate or isn't nice. Like we might just want to be, as we said, more neutral. Like we might
Yeah.
just want to be more like just, you know what I mean? Like that's their issue. It's nothing to do with me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, but we don't have to be ecstatically happy necessarily.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, that'll definitely, I'll take that. I'll take that with me to work tomorrow.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Julie. Thank you so
Thank you.
much for volunteering. Thank you so much. So, so that gives you an example, guys, of I'm conscious of our time as well, of how this stuff works in our internal world. Was that good or was that good? Did you enjoy that? Did some of you go along with that? Now, obviously, all of you will have different ways of our emotions moving. Not everyone feelings are going to move in the same way as Julie's. There's no right or wrong. Everyone's are different. But the trick in that exercise, because she was very kinesthetic, she was talking about her feelings, is we change the direction of the feelings. It's like the neural pathway was going from A to B, now we're going from A to C. So there's different ways that we could do it depending on what a person would say. Super quick fix. Yeah. Brilliant. Excellent. I'm glad you like that. So to finish off, I would love you guys to um we do one last little joint experience. So you can all do it kind of a little bit with me. So remember, we can't always stop life throwing the curveballs at us. You know, someone addressing us in a tone of voice we don't like, a certain look, their behavior, but we can change how long we can change how we react. You're welcome, Julie. You're welcome. So what I want you to do is I want you to do this with me. Close your eyes and bring to mind a situation that previously would trigger you. Close your mind, close your eyes and bring to mind a situation that you would have previously been triggered in. And I want you to notice what comes up. So I want you to notice, do you see something, a particular image, or do you feel a particular feeling? Now, based on what you have already learned tonight, if you see something when you think of this trigger, I want you to now change the context of that image. I want you to make it smaller and make it tiny and move it away. If you feel something, I want you to notice which way the feeling moves, and I want you to start spinning it the opposite way, or just simply reducing the feeling. I want you to do that right now. I want you to think of a time when you felt the opposite of the feeling that you would have when you were previously triggered. So let's say the feeling is it creates me frustration or anxiety in me. I want you to think of what would be the opposite of that you would like to feel, and bring to mind a time when you felt this good feeling. Right? Now, I want you to be in the good feeling, but imagine the environment of the trigger, but stay in the good feeling like Julie did. And if you want, you can add some wording to it. I am unstoppable, or I'm phenomenal, or I am calm, or I am powerful, or I'm in my power, or something that feels really, really good to you. As you imagine the outward experience happening, but you are in your good state. And notice what's different. Hold this for a moment. Practice this. Repeat this for a moment, staying in a good state while the outside stuff is occurring. Hold this state and simply direct your subconscious mind and just imagine that you've done this. Imagine that tomorrow, the next day, a week from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, you have been in those particular environments where you previously would have been triggered, yet you are in this wonderful, empowered state. And notice what's different. It's a year from now, and you've done this over and over and over again. Notice how different it feels now to stay in this empowered state, in this wonderful state, while the outside events take place. What is different now, 1 year on, knowing that you've done this over and over again. What is different about you? What is different about you 1 year on, knowing that you've done this again and again and again and again and stayed in this powerful state with your resources? Notice this and put in the comment and tell me what is different about you now. What is different about you now, knowing that you've done this for the past year, for the past 5 years, that you've done this over and over again, staying in this empowered state? What is different about you now? Smiling. What else? What else? Smiling. What else is different? Strong and empowered, in control, empowered, deeply grounded, more sure of myself, calm. I love this. I am calm. Yes. What else? Yeah. I want you to think that my heart is beaming. I love this. My heart is beaming, confident and at peace. I love this. Freedom. Yes, freedom. So think back on the trigger now. Try and get it back. Tell me what happens. Notice how different it feels now. Notice how different it feels now. Give me your numbers now. From what to what? Drop the new scores in the chat now. Excited and receiving, at peace. What's the new numbers now? What's the new numbers now? From what to what? 10 to 2, 7 to 2, 0, 8 to 2, 3 to 0, 6 to 1, 10 to 3. Happier than I've ever been talking in front of people. I love this. 10 to 0. Now that's a score. 9 to 3. 9 to 3. What amazing, right? And we've done this in like an hour, 50 minutes. What would happen like if you were doing this for longer? Right? Okay, so do you see this? Imagine this, right? You know, now you see yourself how differently you can behave, how differently you can feel, how differently you can react. Do you feel this shift, right? So this shift, great new experiences, 9 to 3, even lunch is made for tomorrow. I love this. Okay, so this shift that you've felt, this is your subconscious rewiring itself in real time. Okay, that's what's actually happening right now. This is what your subconscious is doing, and this is just one of many tools, or techniques, or whatever you want to call it, that I teach inside my world. Okay, this is where we go so much deeper, and install this kind of change permanently. Now, what I said to Julie is really key. And I want you all to remember this. Everything that you feel has already been decided. Everything that you feel. I really want you to take this in. Everything that every emotion that you have has already been premeditated. You've decided it, but you've probably decided it unconsciously. So when we say to ourselves, oh, I'm afraid of this, I'm anxious about that, I'm worried I'm going to feel this way, I'm worried that's going to happen, it's because you've planned it in your head. So everything we feel is a story that we have created with an ending. So we can change it very simply by imagining a different outcome. And the more that we imagine the different outcome, just like Julie, right? The more that we imagine the different outcome, the more we get a different response. Okay. And it can change permanently. And like you can see the difference that this tiny taster, we could say, what a difference this made. Imagine what's possible when we go all in, right? So you felt something move tonight, right? You felt something shift, correct? Yes or yes? Put it in the chat. Did you feel something shift? Who felt a shift there tonight? I wanted to make sure that you got a live demonstration of this. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Okay, this is proof that your nervous system can be trained, can be changed. You can have self-sovereignty over it. It's not, oh no, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't change this. I can't help myself. This is just the way I am. I'm too old for this. I'm hardwired for this. I'm too old to learn new patterns, new ways. No, you can do this in minutes, right? Okay, and you get better at this with repetition. Training takes repetition, repetition. Learning is simply repetition. Rewiring our pathways is repetition. So, what I would suggest is, twice a day for 1 minute, you know, shrink. I want you to take this with you twice a day for just 1 minute, twice a day. Shrink, minimize a worry, a problem, a trigger, just like the way we did, and and allow it to dissipate, allow it to melt away, allow it to get smaller. Practice this skill, push it away into the background, anchor in a sense, in a feeling of, I can do this. Yes, I am doing this. Yes, I am unstoppable, like Julie, right? Do that twice a day for 3 days, and your body will start to expect a new pattern. You have made the unfamiliar now familiar, and you have changed and rewired those old patterns. And I want you to remember that rituals are nice. Like, rituals are great. I teach rituals. In fact, I often do a program where every morning at 7 a.m. I get up with a group of people in my pajamas and we do a whole sequence of rituals. And they are important. It's not that they're not important, they are essential, but it's not the only part of it. Your body has to feel safe in abundance before you can receive more of it. Your body has to feel familiar in the ability to receive, in the ability for you to be in self-sovereignty. That is how I changed my life in 4 years. So if tonight showed you something, which I'm sure it did, okay, even a flicker, imagine what 4 weeks of this consistent rewiring would do, right? Imagine what this would do. I do this work really deeply inside my programs. I have a program on Monday that's called Finding You. Okay. And if you think this past 60 minutes was good, imagine 30 days of this. Imagine 4 weeks with me of this. This is a 4 week live group program that's starting on Monday. Now we are going to be doing more of this, what I call my rapid soul labs. Okay, we're going to be doing subconscious shift scripts. I'll be giving you guided hypnosis audios, and we're going to be playing a game which is called the self game, so that you can feel more than just temporary relief. You will actually rewire at your core. Okay, so for people on this call, it's a low ticket. Anyhow, for people on this call who would love to continue and learn more with me, give me a yes if you'd love to learn more and do more of this. Give me a yes in the comments if you want to experience more of this and really know how to integrate this in for yourself. Who wants to know more about this? Who would like to do more of this? Now, it's normally €197. This program is €197, so it's very low ticket. Anyhow, for people on this call, I am going to do this right now for €97 for people on this call. Now, I also have a gift for you. So what I'm going to do is I am going to drop the link. This is for people only on this call, not on the replay. This is for people that are live on this call. This is the link. And people on this call, oh no, that's the wrong link. That's my Calendly link. That is my Calendly link. Hold on 1 second. With this link, you can, and I'm going to put it into the chat, you can, with the coupon code Finding You 97, you can get this right now. This will be gone in the next 30 minutes. Finding You 97 gets you in for 97 quid, €97. So it's a no-brainer for 4 weeks. Okay. So for €97, you can come in to this program for 97 quid and save yourself €100 right now. So all you've got to do is put Finding You 97 as the coupon code into that link and you get in for €97. How good does that sound? Now, Finding You is my next program. That's starting on Monday. It's going to be for 30 days. There's going to be live access inside a Facebook group, and we're going to be doing Zooms as well, just like this, where we do it. There's also going to be accountability, there's going to be community, there's going to be a lot of stuff. If you want to go deeper, there is a live NLP training coming up. I'm one of Richard Bandler's NLP trainers. You will be certified with the Society of NLP if you would like to actually really study NLP and become an NLP practitioner. There is a live training starting on the 20th of October in Dublin for 5 days. This is a live in-person training. Now, I do have an offer for this as well. And I'm going to drop a coupon code in for this also for you guys, for anyone who is interested in coming to Ireland and training with me as an NLP practitioner. Is there anybody in here that would like to do that? This is the link for the NLP, and you can see about that. And if you want to avail of this, here's an incredible gift for you. I'm going to put the coupon code because it's only for people on this call. I'm putting that also into the chat. Use that coupon code that is in the chat. Okay, you'll see the coupon code in the chat. Use this coupon code in the chat and you will get that amount off the NLP practitioner plus €1,522 worth of NLP online courses, because it includes the NLP fundamentals course online, the NLP practitioner online, and also 4 NLP masterclasses that I'm giving you for free also included. So that is what you get included in that offer. This is only for the people that are attending live. Does that sound good? Now, final thing before I ask you some questions. This is my Calendly link. Anyone that wants to book a call with me to ask me about any of these ways to continue with me, you can also become a mentoree of the Blackbelt Mastermind Academy. If you want to study NLP and spend a year with me and my wonderful mentorees and go all in on this, you can also jump on a call if you want and ask me about any of these. And I'm going to give you guys, anyone that books a call right now, you are going to get 4 NLP masterclasses in your own library to keep forever. There's one on NLP for you to use on yourself. There's one on NLP to use on your loved ones, your friends, your family, your partner, and people that you love and care about. There's one to use on your clients. Okay, so for potential clients or clients that you have, if you're a practitioner, any sorts of well-being practitioner, if you're a doctor, a teacher, anyone that wants to influence your clients in a beneficial way to help them change their mind and feel better, for bedside manners, all of that, or for leads, for sales, for business. There's also one on that. So there's 4 incredible masterclasses. It's worth €222. You get it free on your call, your Subconscious Edge call with me. So book your call with me. So what I want to say is, just to kind of finish off, I'd love to know, does anybody have any particular questions that they would like to ask? Put it in the chat if you have anything specific that you would like to ask. I'm going to open it up just to a couple of questions. Or if anybody has a question that they would like to actually come on live and ask me in particular, let me know. If there is any questions, I'll take a couple of questions right now.
Danielle, I've got a quick question, please.
Yes, Charmini, what a
Hi.
beautiful name. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I'm completely new to all of this. And I just wanted to know, the call that you asked about?
Yes.
Yeah, the 30-minute call. Is that like a discovery call to
Yes.
just find out options of how to work with you in the future?
So what I would say for it, I call it the subconscious edge call. So what I will do on the call is you can tell me some of your stuff.
Okay.
Maybe you can tell me where maybe you've been struggling, or where you want to reach the next level that you want to get to in your business or your life or your personal life. And I will help you uncover one of your blocks. I will help you on that call. I will show you one of the things that is self-sabotaging you, or where you need to maybe shift your perspective, your inside perspective a little bit on that call, so we can get you more expansive and maybe just clear up what's happening subconsciously. And yes, and then absolutely we will talk about maybe what would be most suited and the best way for you to continue, or how I can best serve you, if I can help you in any way, and
Okay.
what best way would that be?
And how much is that call?
The call is free, my darling, and
Okay.
the call is at 100% free. And
Okay.
you get, for those who book a call, you also get the four master classes that are worth
Well,
$222.
then it's a no-brainer. Okay, thanks.
No brainer, Sharmini. Go
Okay.
and book it right now. Yeah,
Okay, thank you, Danielle.
you're welcome, beautiful. Does anybody else have a question they would like to ask? So I have been doing this for over 10 years, training people, helping coaches, helping people make more money, feel better, rewire themselves, grow their self-worth. Finding You is very much a program about the inner work, about really building your confidence, establishing good boundaries, understanding how your inside world works, doing a lot of work like inner child work, where we learn how to put ourselves first, to love ourselves more. That is really the trick to success. I cannot say it often enough how strategy, yes, is important, but strategy without the inside work, or the inside stuff, will never, ever, ever help you to become successful, unless you've done. We've heard it millions of times. We've heard the examples of the countless times people have won the lotto. How many? 80% they say, or something, of people that win big in the lotto lose it within 5 years. Why? Have lost all their money. Why? Because they have not become the people that are able to hold that level of success yet. So, so strategy is such a small part of the journey. It was when I was in business all my life. I've been in business as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman, from 19 years or for younger, to be honest. And I can teach you everything about business, but to be honest, 99% of this is subconscious. And until you learn how to rewire your subconscious and have self sovereignty of your inner world, the outside stuff, the outside results in your relationships, in your love life, in your with your relationship with your children, your parents, with yourself, with your business partners, with your clients, will never change until you do the inside work. So Finding You is a really low investment ticket for €97 right now, which is going to give you the foundations of the inner work. I am so passionate about this. It's a no-brainer to come in with me for 4 weeks on this. If you really want to go all in, come on a call with me. Go on the NLP practitioner. That's an incredible, credible offer. You will not get NLP training like this anywhere else in the world. Guaranteed, you will not have as much of an experienced, passionate, real, authentic trainer who cares, values you, appreciates you, and wants you to succeed. I will not just teach you theory, I will teach you stuff that works. So come to Dublin with me for 5 days, and everything will change. And you're also certified with the best in the world. So, if you're going to be certified, get your certificate co-signed by me and Richard Bandler himself. I mean, that's a certificate that's worth having. So that's what I would suggest. Finding You, 4 weeks, as I said. We're going to have a Facebook group container. There is going to be 4 live Zooms like this, plus 4 live trainings on Facebook. Plus, as you know me, Faith, I will probably have loads of bonuses, plus some guided hypnosis audios. So for €97 to spend a month in a container in my world, having these sort of conversations is life changing. It really is. So yeah. So, I mean, that's the Finding New program. We don't just need another conversation. We need deep spaces where we can hold and where we can really transform. What days are the Zooms? The Zooms are probably going to be on a Monday, I think. But I will put a timetable up. But I'll probably do a few different times to vary them so that there will be opportunities for everybody. But obviously also it'll be also recorded as well. So you've seen for yourself tonight what can happen in a few minutes. Okay, when we start to shift these patterns in your subconscious, everything happens. The ripple effect is instant. And it's not theory. You can feel it. Okay, I want you to imagine yourself in 6 months from now. You're no longer ran by the old stories, the triggers that hijack you. You're making decisions from more clarity, from your power, from your self-sovereignty. This version of you is already here. Okay. And you got a glimpse of this tonight. Okay. So that's what I would say to you.
You get lost in there.
Someone talking to me, or is somebody's not muted? I'm going to mute somebody there. So beautiful people, the only question for you now is, are you going to choose to continue walking this path with me? Okay. To go deeper, to rewire yourself fully, and to become the person that doesn't just survive, but really thrives. Okay. You know this. Okay. You weren't here by accident. You're here because you're ready. If you're still here, make sure you've used those links, you've booked your call. And this is your moment to go all in on you. Okay. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you for all of you that attended live. If you're watching this on the replay, I'm going to cut the recording now. If anybody wants to stay on and ask me any questions about any of the programs, please do. And for those of you watching on the replay, I'm going to stop the recording. I trust I will see you very soon on the inside.